This week on Down on Fire, we are checking out Culture Colombo as we sit down to eat some true Sri Lankan food. And with me on the show, I have someone who says I should not eat too much. It's Down on Fire, and I really wanted to have this person on the show for few reasons, to show that I'm not a person who indulges in food. I'm happy to have a national champion, Cody. What is he championing? That's the question. Let's speak a little bit about powerlifting. Who in the world gets into that sector of national level? Hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Powerlifting is for someone. I actually started powerlifting very randomly, unexpected, but it has got me to a place where I never thought I would be. So if you ask who would want to do powerlifting, I would say anyone who has, it doesn't have to be a passion per se, but for anyone who wants to use iron lifting as a therapy.
Therapy.
Okay.
That's the word you use.
That's
okay.
that's
okay.
wrong by you, but a lot of people.
Okay.
But a lot of people what powerlifting has done for me is teaching me so much about life, about how to be consistent if you need results, how to be disciplined when you're in a national level sport, how to pick yourself up when you fall down. So those are life lessons which I've learned from powerlifting.
Now let's go back in time. Oh, by the way, you can serve up and eat. We are at Culture Colombo. They are known for their very Sri Lankan food, and we're just getting things started off here. We'll tell you more about the food as we move on with the show. Let's speak a little bit about this powerlifting. Is it recognized well in Sri Lanka, or is it like something that only like a few people do and they are happy to do it?
When I started powerlifting, that was back in 2014, but it wasn't that much of a hype, or it wasn't much of a viral sport.
Yeah, but people didn't talk much about it.
Yeah. But since time and we've developed through our sport and technology, how technology has come to powerlifting and everything. Now everyone loves to do it. Everyone loves to be strong. Yeah. So everyone likes to lift 200, 250 kilos. I mean, it's that hype, it's that mentality a powerlifting sport brings out. It doesn't make some sense.
Yeah.
But for a person there has been kids from age of 15, 16. They've been like, hey Cody, I want to get into powerlifting. What am I to do? How am I supposed to compete? What is my next step? It's pretty viral around the world, but Sri Lanka is definitely getting there. We have around at least close to 150, 200 national level competitive powerlifters.
And these people have gone and represented Sri Lanka internationally,
yeah.
So on and so forth. Okay, we have to talk more about it because there's also this issue when it comes to any sport apart from cricket and a little bit of rugby. These sports don't get highlighted enough, so that when it comes to funding, getting these people out to other countries, it's a huge problem. But yet they go saying they are Sri Lankans competing under Sri Lanka, so it's a bit of an unfair battle. Now, Cody, before we get into the next segment, I wanted to speak to you now. Out of these two items we have, you have a healthy soup here and hot butter cuttlefish. What would you choose, Cody, at this crucial moment in life?
I would definitely choose the hot butter cuttlefish.
This one. I would like you to know I wanted to choose the soup, but I wanted to give you the healthy option.
Okay, yeah. But it's very nice of you.
Yeah, but I also like the hot butter. Because I have to be fair, I don't wait for people, especially I'm not going to wait for you, because I don't think I'll ever get approval to eat. Now tell me, okay, so there's so much that we have to talk about, because Cody also trains me I'm one of his star students. As you can see, I'm shredding as I talk.
Yeah,
Correct?
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
One of the best, most performing. 2 hours
On
solid
time.
workout. Yeah.
Always on time.
2 hours solid. Eat, will you? Eat,
Yeah.
buddy, because I want
I'm-
you to put on weight. 2 hours solid workout. I sweat. I'm literally like ripped when I go. My packs are hidden nowadays. Those are the issues that we are facing.
Yeah.
Now, how hard was it to convince people to take powerlifting seriously, to take it to the national level? You also had a bit of a luck, no? You went on the first time and you won.
Oh yeah.
Like
Things.
there was nobody else competing.
Yeah, I would like to say that, but but for me, powerlifting turned out to be something. It's a life changing thing for me, which happened, and I never thought maybe luck or maybe the fact that it was something which came into my life to show something
meaning.
way more. Yeah.
So
meaning.
where was it? Where did you compete for your first championship? What's the record that you held?
So I competed first nationally. That time I was around 83 kilograms, very small. That my first meet itself, I was able to become the national champion. But at that time I was competing junior. So, and then my second championship was the Asian championship, and then Commonwealth. I was being blessed to be the first Commonwealth gold medalist in Sri Lanka in junior level.
Okay.
So that's where my turning point was in powerlifting, and that's where there was I had the capacity to go and tell people that, hey, you know what, try powerlifting out. It's a game changer. It's a life changer. So that's where my turning point at the Commonwealth happened.
All right.
So, yeah.
There's more to Cody than what you will see online or what you will hear him speak during his times in the car where he does his IGTV videos. But there's so much more to this man, and I wanted to bring that side out today on the show. Apart from the element, he also can cook, which is a good thing. We'll speak more when we do come back. Do stick around. It's Done on Fire right here on Hygiene. Welcome back to the show. It's Done on Fire, and this is the main course. I can't wait to dig in. We have everything from crabs, roast pang, posambola, and this. What do you call this? What is this thing called? Kulana.
Huh?
Kula.
What? Kulana?
Kula. Nana. Hello, what school did you go to?
That's cooler.
Yeah, that's why. So I asked you, what is it called? I know it in Tamil.
I only know Namilia.
What is that?
Namilia ne? Al danne, odanne.
Let's come back to this show, please. Thank you. Right, we are still recording.
Okay.
This show is very realistic.
Okay.
Now, what is happening there? Now we have got dessert as well. Is that the main? Is it part of the main? Ah, right. Okay, I'll continue. Dessert. All right. So now we are in conversation with Cody. Now, Cody, recently you broke some other record as well.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you, man?
Yeah, that was so basically that was a world.
You can eat, huh?
Yeah, that was a world qualifying tournament. So I was able to achieve the highest squat in Sri Lanka.
Okay.
That was a 290 kilo squat. Yeah, that happened, and I qualified for the worlds after that. But then again, because of this whole COVID matter around the world, it had to like stop basically. So it got cancelled.
But yet you still hold the record.
Oh yeah. In the 105 class, that's the record, and also currently the highest squat in Sri Lanka So yeah.
Very be grateful I have not got into it still.
I'm hoping I need some competition, so I'm hoping that you would turn up, you know.
So, what did you want to be, Cody, when you were growing up?
Um,
Were you like this in school, or were you like, what do you say, mischievous? Were you playful?
I was that guy who never stayed in class.
Right.
You know, but I wasn't that guy who will be like, okay, go and punch someone or go get into a fight. No, I would be that guy who just go play cricket, cut class and go play cricket. Get my friends into the whole game as well. But never got into a fight. I'm not that guy. But in school.
But what did you want to be? Did you ever think that you would end up in this trade?
Oh no, my
fitness?
No, my grandma majorly wanted me to become a priest. Majorly. She got me into prayers, and she got me into like I used to be sitting on top of she used to keep me carried on top of the washing machine, and she used to like teach me prayers
I'm just picturing you in a cloak.
Every kid growing up, engineer, pilot,
But you
doctor, and
did you ever want to be a priest though?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to clear that.
I really never knew how it's gonna be for me when I was growing up, but I always wanted to achieve something different, and I knew that.
But you had a rugby career as well in school.
Yeah. I played rugby for maybe 1.5 years. My last year I played rugby.
This is after I captained, is it?
Yeah, right after you captained. So.
If I say it 10 more times, it will become real. I've said it thrice now. It will become real. I captained rugby for St. Peter's.
I was a cricketer. I played for Sri Lanka provincial level cricket.
Really?
Yeah.
You played cricket?
Yeah.
When Sat was trending to be in cricket, right?
yeah. So that's when I started this whole game of lifting, came into things.
Eat Cody, what do you want?
I'll take that. All right.
You want the most complicated one. You couldn't just eat the one that was right next to you.
This is complicating more. It's crab.
Fine. But no, you just have to cut me from the screen and
sorry
put your
about it.
foot
Sorry.
in there or hand.
Sorry about it. So, it was cricket, and then I went to playing basketball. I played basketball. I wasn't fast in the middle of the court, so.
Basketball?
Yeah.
Isn't that a height requirement?
Yeah, that's why I said I wasn't fast in the court, and also, So, rugby got me into lifting. Rugby got me into lifting, and that's how this whole gym thing came on board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today you have become such an inspiration to so many people who want to work out. They sort of listen to you, they sort of listen to what you're saying, and not only work out to just lose weight or whatever. It's all about working out to stay fit and to have a positive mindset. Spreading eat, so this is my time to talk.
Yeah, okay.
So sort of promoting positivity is something that you have started by yourself.
Yeah.
What was the reason behind it, and what was your journey to get there?
Being real about it, as a kid when I was growing up, there was the real deal.
But they don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. So when I was growing up, the only motivation I had was the inspiration my mom gave me. Every time I fell, every time I mentally fell down, every time I had to go through maybe breakups, and every time I was kicked out of a sports team, even when I had problems back home, it was always my mom. So I didn't have anyone outside to tell him, and you're going to be all right. Things are going to be okay for you. You'll succeed and everything. So that's one of the main reasons why I started speaking about positivity, because I wanted to be there for someone. It may be the most random thing ever. I wanted to be there for someone and say, hey, you like I know personally that I've been there for random people. Like I want to tell them everything's going to be all right. Things are going to be okay.
It's just taking a positive outlook.
Yeah. So I believed in motivation since I was growing up, because that's what got me here. And also I believe in motivation and blessings. If you do not have the blessings by the loved, it doesn't have to be the loved ones per se. It has to be the ones around you. You need to be a blessing to another to get the same blessing back to you. So that's how this whole inspiration, motivational speaking, getting people to move better, that's how it came. So yeah.
Brilliant. There's a side to Cody that a lot of us don't know. He has had struggles in his life, which we'll talk more about it, of course. And it's not about moping about it, but it's about seeing it in the most positive way so that you can actually move forward. We are checking out Culture Colombo, and I have got my favorite meal, roast pag and po sambalo. It's like you'll never go wrong with it. I'll let you eat everything else. Let's get into a break. We'll see you on the other side. Just stick around. Welcome back to the show, and this is normally my favorite segment. I get something sweet to eat. Now this is, I think this is a Hakuru hopper, jaggery hopper.
Yeah,
with mousse.
Yeah.
Did you eat it?
No, I'm just gonna have it.
I'm also going to eat it while we talk. All right. So we have spoken about your motivational side. We have spoken about your fitness side, but right now you're doing personal training.
Yeah.
For people. This is what people should not be doing on the road. Safety precaution at this time of the day, on a weekday.
Yeah.
A social message from us. All right, coming back to what we were talking about. So you're doing personal training. Tell me, how is it going? Tell me about what made you sort of do this, like.
So I've got the chance to be a strength coach and also a personal trainer at High Octane. So that's where.
What's the difference?
So strength coach is always based on improving strength, maybe for a powerlifter or an athlete. But a personal trainer sometimes work on weight loss. It's a different journey, right? So weight loss maybe gaining weight, or it may be other improvements like getting over an injury, something like that. So
I have all the above. Weight, injury, trials, all issues, yeah.
So the whole coaching part, the whole training part was an opportunity, but the journey towards it is a passion of mine.
Okay.
Like trying to help someone be better than who they are, or being stronger than yesterday. So I've met different types of people, and it's amazing to see how much so much of potential in what a human can hold.
And how hard is it to convince them to like work out? I'm asking for mine.
So it actually, the thing is, these days we all have priorities, and because of COVID there are people who have priorities other than coming to a gym. I understand, but I would like to tell people that being physically fit or trying to have a healthy lifestyle is not it's not a commitment. It's not a lot of a sacrifice. It should be a daily routine. You know, I'm not saying to always get into eating salads or nothing like that.
But what is the right ideal time to be in the gym? Is it 1 hour?
It actually depends on your goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
For somebody who has no goal but just
okay. It depends. Like I would, if it's now me personally as a powerlifter, I work around at least for 3 hours in the gym.
Yeah, I'm talking about a normal human being.
At least 1.5 hours. One and a half to 2 would be ideal.
Yeah, that's too much. We are pushing it now.
Okay.
I will say as a trainer, as I have trained you, 1 hour is good. But Cody, before we wrap things up, I just want to touch on one thing. You have had many trials in your life, and you have been very open about it. Your relationship in terms of your home front, how you are so close to your sister, how you are very devoted to your mom. All of this sort of has a part in who you have become. Speaking about personal issues openly is a huge problem for people, and that's why people suffer of depression. They just go down and gloom themselves in all what they are doing.
Yeah.
How did you have the courage to speak about your trials in life out there openly, to let people, one, see you openly and come to know who you are, but at the same time to draw inspiration from them?
I just don't see that there's anything wrong. A lot of people think the fact that they've failed, that they've made errors in life, or the fact that they've been bullied or something is something
Bad thing.
Yeah, but the fact that I failed, the fact that I had an abusive childhood, The fact that there were days where I wish I didn't sleep. There were days where I used to like cry and look at the roof. I'm like, God, where is my breakthrough? Then some days I mean, there were days I was kicked out of my own house. But it is if it wasn't there that day, I'm glad that it was there for me that day. I'm glad that everything. I'm not saying my life is perfect. I'm not saying that my tables turned and I'm a positive guy. The fact
You do
that
have your down days
yeah,
still.
everyone does. Everyone thinks that just because I'm a motivational speaker, my life is motivating and inspiring every day. But no, I have breakthroughs. I go home and I'm like, okay, what's my next step? Where am I going? I have failed exams. I've had days where there was just $20 in my bank account. Like there were days like that. But you can't expect sunshine and rainbows every day. So I
don't
think
actually want it.
the thing is, you need those in your life. You need to have setbacks. I've always believed why an arrow is being pulled back in life is to move forward in life. So it's about how you take it. It's the fact that I've been put down in life. Because there is so much of people, kids like me, like back in the day, where they may be facing what I faced. And it's not over.
It's the outlook to life.
Yeah.
That's how you see it.
Yeah.
So, some people really need a noise cancellation. Anyway, on that note, we need to wrap things up. But one of the reasons why I wanted to have Cody is even during COVID, I'm sure you might have seen us working out. It was quite funny, I think. And at the same time, somebody wrote to me on Instagram recently saying, I really want you and Cody to try out my cake and do a review. And I said, of course, we'll be happy to. And I said, it's legal for me to eat it next to him. That's how cool that is. But for real, that's happening.
Okay.
So anyway, so these are good things. And I've also made a dear friend. And I want you to find him as a friend too, so that you can reach out, not only about fitness, but there's more to him as a human. And that's what's more important. Cody, I wish you all the very best. And as always, you are a gem. I know I'm too hot for you to handle. You're melting on this side and your hand was as sticky as a waterfall. On that note, let's wrap things up. We'll see you soon on Down on 5.